dark when you were younger? Probably most of us. When I was younger, I was very scared of the dark, and I lived on a dairy farm. So we have our house, and then it's quite a few feet to the barn, a good distance. And in the evenings, I would have to do my chores at the barn, and especially in the wintertime, it would get dark early, and I'd be at the barn, and I'd finish up my chores, and I'd go outside, and to my disappointment, it was dark out. So that meant I would have to go back to the house and walk outside in the dark. I was so terrified of walking in the dark, I would stand at the end of the barn door and look up at the house where I had to run, and then I would close my eyes and I would run as fast as I could until I got there. I guess closing my eyes was better than facing the dark. Sometimes I had a reason to be scared because my brothers would hide in the bushes and jump out at me, but most of the time I really had no reason to be scared. Strangely, it's kind of how it is in life too. Oftentimes we fear the things that we don't see, and the things that we don't see are the things that we fear the most. At least I find that this way in my life. I have an activity for us, and I need a volunteer. Jenna. Okay, you can come up. Take these cups of water here on the floor. And Jenna, your job is to face your fear. You're going to have to hop over these cups. Now, it's not very hard. You just have to jump over one, next. So why don't you do that to just make sure you, whatever you think would be easiest not to jump over the cups. The whole goal is not to fall. Yes, you may go. You can come back. Very good. That was easy, wasn't it? Yes. And there's no fear involved there. But what happens when we blindfold you? Oh. We're going to try that. What we're going to do is I'm going to blindfold you. And you're going to have to do this again. So you can kind of look and get an idea where the cups are. The whole goal is not to spill the water. Okay? So you come over here. Just stand facing the wall and I will. Don't be afraid. Wow. All right, you can stand. You're almost right there. Okay. Now, okay. Now you just want to go straight ahead because that's where the cups are. Just wait as they go. And don't take too long, but you can make sure. But if you spill it off, you're gonna. Okay. What if it falls? Okay. All right. Maybe again. Careful. Careful. Watch out. Am I good? You can turn around now. Very good. I made it the first way. You have to jump a little higher though. Make sure you don't turn it over. Okay. I'll leave you. Oh, very good. You can start now. Good job. Am I there? Yeah. Very good. You can take your blind. Sorry. Thank you, Jenna. Jenna didn't know the cups were here, or she thought the cups were here, and so she was afraid that she was going to knock them over and spill them. But we all could see that there was nothing here for her to be afraid of. That's how it is often with God. Oftentimes when I don't see what's ahead of me or what's going on in my life, I fear because I fear all these things that I imagine could be happening or could happen. But really when God looks at it, He sees the whole picture. It's dark for us, but it's clear for Him. Just like it was easy for you to see those cups were missing here. But she couldn't see that. That's how it often is for us and with God. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind." And when I read that verse and it says sound mind, I think that means that I'm having confidence in someone. And I have confidence in God because when He looks, He sees the big picture. And so if He tells me not to be afraid, I can trust Him. He's seeing a lot better than I'm seeing. Who knows how many times in the Bible it says something like, "Do not fear," or "Fear not." Yes, it's 365 times in the Bible it says, God says, stay not here, or something like that. And I think that's important for me to remember, because if God said it that many times, then it must be important